Hi, it's Julie from Deluxe Designs, and I'm going to show you how to add to or create a navigation menu. So, assuming you're using the Genesis site, you'll go to your dashboard. This is my test site, by the way, where I have no navigation menu, so that's just to show you what it looks like before. Now go to your dashboard, and let's say that you wanted to add some pages to your navigation menu, and you wanted to add maybe some categories of posts and maybe a home button and some external links. So we'll do everything. First, go to Pages and add New. I'm going to create my page here. You enter your title, I'll do About Me, and then just a little, hi, this is Julie from Deluxe Designs. Oops. And publish. Now, if this were a real site, I would change my permalinks here to say /about me, but I'm not going to worry about that for this purpose. So that's it, it's published. And let's say I wanted to add a category of posts. So I'd go to posts, add new, or categories, either would work. Oh no, I don't want to go to add new. I want to go to categories because I don't want to add a new post right now. Now let's pretend I'm a photographer, because wouldn't that be nice? And I'm going to have some posts about weddings. So I added weddings, enter, it's automatic. And then let's just go to the menu area. So appearance, menus. Okay. I already have the primary menu set up. You can name this whatever you want, but for the sake of ease, I like to keep it really simple and just call it primary. If I had a secondary navigation, you can bet that I would just do secondary. You could name it your name, you can name it anything you want, but like I said, I really like to keep it cut and dry and just do what it's called. So you name it primary, for example. Let's say you wanted to add a home button. You would go to here to custom links. And let's say this site is deluxedesigns.net/example, and then name it whatever you want for the label and add to menu. Scroll down to pages, and we'll leave the sample page alone, but click About Me. Add that to menu. Not very complicated. Now for categories, it's not showing what I did, so click View All for categories and select weddings. There it is, add to menu. Now here we go. Here are the 3 items that I added for menu. Now let's say that you wanted to do a completely external link. So let's say you wanted to link to my site. I don't know why you would, but let's just say you feel like it. Call it deluxedesigns.net, but you want to name it something else. Let's just say my blog designer. This is not what you'd ever do, but let's pretend. Add to menu. Okay. And let's also pretend that you have an information page on your website that you want to have it be a drop down under About Me, let's just say. We're going to use the sample page for that. You add it to menu, and then you want to drag it to About Me and make sure that it's indented, because that denotes that it's going to be a drop down from About Me. Let's make this simple. So I'm just going to rename this so it makes sense to you. Information. You can always rename whatever you want. Here, it says open link in a new window or tab. Any internal links, I'm going to not check that off because that means you're staying on your own site, and that's fine. For something like my blog designer, which is going to another site, you might want them to leave your site so that they have a tab for your website and a tab for the external links website. So I'm going to select that. Now that's not a given option. I had added that by going to Screen Options and selecting Link Target right here. Usually this is unchecked, but like I said, I did that before I started this video. So if you want to have the option to add in a new window, click Link Target, and then this option will appear. And make sure you save, of course. And similarly, if you create the menu for the first time, after you enter your menu name, make sure you're selecting your location for your menu, whether it's in the primary navigation area or the secondary, and save that as well. But that was already done on my site. So now let's go back to our test site. I'm going to refresh and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we have all of our links. We'll have About Me with the drop down to Information, Weddings, Blog Designer. Now if we click on About Me, it's going to stay within my own website. If I click on my Blog Designer, it's going to open a new tab and go on to this website. Technically still my website, but I'll click out of that for now. And that should be it. Let me just see if there's anything else I can tell you other than renaming. If you want to add a title attribute, you could for SEO purposes. Usually you would name it something different, but I'm not being very creative right now. It tells you what the page is, just in case you want to label it something different in your navigation bar than your actual page. You have all sorts of different options here. This, I'm not going to go into it right now. It's just a little more complicated. You can also do the same thing if you can't find your tag. If you added tags rather than categories, you could add that there instead. This is just a little more advanced, especially CSS classes, which if you're not a designer, it's not really worth going into right now. The only other thing to keep in mind is if you had a designer do your website and let's say that you requested or the designer just spread out these navigation links so they were evenly spread across the menu bar here, and you added a link on your own, it might go on to the second line over here, and in which case you probably just have to contact the blog designer again and ask her to change the padding or the margins on your nav site or on your nav bar. But that's a little more information than we need to go into for the purpose of this tutorial. So this is just the basics, but adding to your nav menu and editing it. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But this should pretty much be cut and dry. So I hope this was simple and it helps you out. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.